Hello students, welcome to the lecture on course Engineering Mechanics. This is the very first lecture of this course. The learning outcomes will be that you will be able to get an overview of the subject and you will come to know about the course outcomes, and I will talk about LTP count of the course and credits of this course. And next I will talk about the textbooks and the reference books which you can refer for this particular course. Then in the end, I will give you an overview of the syllabus as well. So let us first start with the introduction of engineering mechanics. So let us see its definition. Its definition is, it is a branch of physical science which deals with the motion of bodies under the action of forces. So in this definition, you will find two main terms. The first one is the motion of bodies and the action of forces. So in this particular course, basically we see the motion of bodies which are already under the effect of some forces. So we are curious about their physical quantities, means we want to know about their mass, time, velocity, acceleration, and so on. So let me explain this through an example. So in the course, basically we have an observer and we have body, and we want to observe state of motion of the body. Fine. So in the state of motion, we observe few physical quantities like mass, time, displacement, velocity, acceleration, force, and so on. So the observation of these physical quantities guides us about the state of motion of the body. So I will discuss this in detail when I will take introductory lecture on engineering mechanics. So from this slide, I hope you get the idea that in this particular course, we will just learn what are the effects of forces on a particular body. Okay, next is why engineering mechanics. Sometimes, especially computer science students used to ask that why we are reading this subject in our course. We are from computer science people, and this is something which is related to I would say mechanical engineering, but it's not like this. It is a basic course for higher level courses, means this course will develop certain fundamentals which you need when you will learn other courses in your coming semesters. And moreover, the problems which you will solve in this particular course will help you to improve your analytical skills as well. Now you are from computer science, okay, you have to design certain codes, you have to design certain softwares, but in designing of those codes or softwares, analytical skills matters. So this particular subject will help you to improve your analytical skills, and you will be able to design your codes and softwares with optimum levels. Now the next point to understand over here is that suppose I am computer engineer and I have to design code for some robotic arms which are used in automobile industry. So if I don't know the mechanics of those arms, then it will be very difficult for me to design the codes. So this course basically forms the foundation for the development of softwares and the design of equipments. Now in this slide, I will tell you about the course outcomes, and it may happen that you will find that certain terms are new over here and you will not be able to get those terms right now. So no need to worry. We will discuss those terms in detail in the coming lectures. So let me cover the course outcomes. So it is expected that through this particular course, you will be able to understand and analyze forces, moments, and their applications in real life situations. And you will be able to understand the basic concepts of laws of friction and moment of inertia and its real life applications. You will be able to analyze and determine the forces in members of trusses and frames. Now, what are trusses and frames? That you will learn in the coming lectures. You will be able to apply fundamental concepts of kinematics and kinetics of particles and rigid bodies to the analysis of practical problems. Now, regarding course detail, there will be 3 lectures in a week for this course, and there will be 1 tutorial as well for this course, and there will be 0 practical hours. And the credits for this subject are 4. Next is course assessment model. So in this course, you have to submit 3 online assignments, and the first assignment I will upload on UMS, probably in the 3rd week, and you have to submit your answer on the same platform, that is on the UMS. And syllabus for the assignment number 1 will be from unit 1 and unit 2. So I will discuss about the detail of that assignment when I will actually upload the assignment on UMS. So no need to worry right now, but you should keep in your mind that you have to submit 3 online assignments, and the first assignment will be in the 3rd week. Now we will see the books which you need for this particular subject. If you refer your instruction plan from UMS account, you will find that in the instruction plan of the subject, textbook is mentioned as Vector Mechanics for Engineers, Statics and Dynamics. The name of the authors is Beer and Johnston. So I will cover syllabus from this particular book only. But apart from these textbooks, you will find some other books also in your instruction plan named under reference books. So if you want to refer these books for additional knowledge, you can refer these as well. Now let us quickly see the overview of this particular course. Let us get an idea that what we'll be going to learn in this particular course. So unit 1 is related to Introduction to Mechanics. So in this unit, we will start with the system of forces. So by system of forces, we mean that if an object is under the application of certain forces, then we call those forces as system of forces. Then in this particular topic, we will learn that what effects those system of forces have on the bodies. Then we will talk about the resultant of force system. Then we will see couples as well. Then we will talk about equilibrium of force system. And in this unit, we will also learn how to draw free body diagrams when we have to solve some numericals. Unit 2. It is named as friction. So we will see what is friction, and then we will see what are its types. We will cover certain laws also related to friction. We call those as laws of friction. And based on those laws, we will solve certain practical problems as well on friction. Next is Unit 3. It is named as a centroid and moment of inertia. So basically in this unit, we will be focused on these 2 topics, centroids and moment of inertia. So we'll cover centroids of areas and lines. We will learn how to find the centroids of different shapes or different areas and lines. Then we will also learn centroids of composite plates also. Composite plate means they are made up of more than one regular areas. We call those as composite plates. Then we will learn about theorem of moment of inertia as well, and we will see what is the importance of moment of inertia. And we will also learn the method which will help us to find out the moment of inertia of plane sections and composite sections. In Unit 4, we will learn about analysis of structures. So basically we will cover trusses. So I hope you have seen these type of bridges. So we call this structure as truss. So in this particular unit, we will learn how to find the forces in different members of the truss by using 2 methods. First method is called as methods of joints. and second method is known as method of sections. Unit 5. Unit 5 is related to dynamics part of the course. So by dynamics we mean that we are dealing with some problems where object is in motion. It is not static. So that is why we are calling those problems as a part of dynamics. So under this we will cover topics like general principles in dynamics. We will see different types of motion like general plane motion, rectilinear motion, plane curvilinear motion. Unit 6 is related to plane kinematics and kinetics of rigid bodies. So kinematics is basically that branch of this course in which we cover the problems where we are not concerned about the forces acting on the body. We are just concerned about the physical quantities, means what distance is covered by a particular body, what is the velocity or what is the acceleration of the body at particular time t. We are not concerned about the forces acting on the body. That part of this course is called as kinematics. Whereas kinetics is concerned, in these problems we are concerned about the forces and the effect they are producing on the body. So under this unit we will cover D'Alembert's principle and we will see its application in plane motion and connected bodies. Then we will cover another principle that is called as work energy principle. It is the relation between the work done on the body and the change in the kinetic energy of the body. Then we will see its application in plane motion and connected bodies. And in the end, we will cover kinetics of a rigid body rotation. So that's all regarding the zero lecture of this course. Now I will take your doubts. Thank you very much.